closing a loophole in state law which allowed certain sex offenders to get out of prison early. News 5's Colette Bordelon live outside our local justice complex in the Springs, breaking down that new law. Colette.
Yeah, that's right. To fully understand what happened, we need to take a step back for a moment, so bear with me here. In Colorado, we have what's called the Sex Offender Lifetime Supervision Act. Now, what that means is anyone convicted of high-level sexual offenses must stay in prison until they've completed their treatment or are no longer considered a threat to the community. But what the LSA didn't cover is what happens during a transfer from a prison to a halfway house. Called an indeterminate sentence. Take 4 years to life in prison as an example.
We needed to act, and we did.
Where sex offenders can earn their opportunity to shorten that sentence.
These individuals guilty of egregious crimes pose a safety risk, and our concern was that they were being released into the community without being treated.
But not anymore because of Senate Bill 85. Before heading to a halfway house, offenders would have to complete treatment and prove they don't pose a threat to the community. There needs to be a strong probability that they will not commit a new crime and meet state criteria before the decision is made by the Department of Corrections.
It strengthens our sentencing and what we can tell victims, and that they will be safer given that individuals will not be released early without being treated.
Arnold Hahnemann is on the DA's council. He says Philip Garnier is an example of why this law needs to be in place. Now, you may remember this story. Garnier was first arrested back in 2013 for sexual assault and sentenced to 10 years to life. Skip ahead to his third chance when he was arrested again right here in El Paso County. And then on his fourth chance, he started the sex offender treatment program, got into a halfway house, then escaped.
Can they be treated and released? The answer is, in theory, yes.
A sponsor of the bill, Bob Gardner, says this has already prevented one offender in the Denver-Boulder area from being released to community corrections. Put that into perspective. Out of more than 140 offenders convicted of sexual assault, more than half didn't meet the treatment requirements when they transferred to a halfway house before this new law.
Victims do need to always have offenders being held accountable.
Courtney Sutton of Tessa says it's also important for a survivor of sexual assault to sign up for notifications to know when the offender is released.
I can't even imagine what it would feel like being out at the grocery store and just coming across my sex offender and not even knowing that that was a possibility.
The bill was signed on July 7th and applies to any sex offender who got an indeterminate sentence on or after that day. If you or anyone you know needs help following a sexual assault, Tessa is here locally and they can help you out. Even though their building is currently closed because of COVID-19, they can still help remotely. You can call their Safe Line, that number there at the bottom of your screen. It's 719-633-3819. They also have a variety of resources which I will have posted for you on KOAA.com. Always watching out for you, Southern Colorado. Colette Bordelon, News 5.
Colette, thanks. Critically important story for us tonight. All right, let's